Welcome to Sunrise Stock Research, where we help ordinary investors master the art of stock research. I manage money professionally for over 2 decades, and every professional money manager must deliver one thing for their clients, and that is alpha. We're going to talk about what that is, how it's calculated, and run through an example using the ARK Innovation Fund. So think about alpha as being a manager's value added. It would be the risk-adjusted outperformance. And it's pretty easy to calculate if a manager is taking the same level of risk as the market. So for instance, if a fund has returned 12% and the index 10%, then it would be the difference, or 2%. Alpha is always going to be denoted as being positive or negative. But what if a manager has taken a very different level of risk? Then we would denote that level of risk as being beta. Think about beta as being a market multiplier. So the market has a beta of 1. A fund with a beta greater than 1 would be taking a higher level, more aggressive risk. So it would go up or down more than the market. A beta less than 1 would go up or down less than the market. So for instance, if a fund has a beta of 1.3 and the market goes up 10%, we would expect that fund to go up 13%. If that fund has a beta of 0.7, we would expect it to go up 7% when the market goes up 10. So managers need to deliver more than just beta alone, because you can buy beta cheaply through an index fund. Being able to deliver above expectations is what managers get paid for. And for the money that managers get paid, they need to do better than just deliver on beta. So to calculate what alpha and beta are, we can do a simple regression. So to do that, first we need to get the data. And in this case, I've used the ARK Innovation Fund. I've downloaded the data from a site called investing.com using monthly returns for both the fund and the index. And when you do that, you can go to Excel and Data tab, and there's a little tab there called Data Analysis. And when you go to data Analysis, you'll see these windows pop up. In this analysis tool, you go to regression, you put in the Y input range would be the fund, the X input range would be the index. And then when you hit OK, you'll get something that looks like this. Now this number here, where it says the S&P 500, where it says 1.99, that would be the beta. So in this case, this fund has a beta of 1.99. The intercept here, this is on a monthly basis. So to get an annual number, we multiply that by 12, or we get negative 0.21. Now I did that for the 5-year and 10-year as well. I made a summary. So the 3-year number, negative 21, 5-year negative 18.6 with a beta of 1.89, and 10-year negative 4.1% and a beta of 1.74. But these are not very good numbers. This level of alpha is pretty terrible, in fact. But if you don't want to run these numbers yourself, then what you can do is you can actually go to a site called Morningstar, and Morningstar will give you very similar results versus running this index yourself. So going to the risk tab of the fund page, you can look at the 3-year risk return, and you'll see here that the alpha, negative 20, and a beta of 1.99, very similar to what we pulled up in our Excel calculation. 5-year, very much the same, and 10-year, nearly identical. So the net result is this fund has not returned very good results at all. It has really just given you access to beta. And as we've already talked about, that is not good enough because you can achieve beta by yourself through other means. The market can give you beta. And if you like the higher levels of beta, which isn't a bad thing because the markets tend to go up over time, so having higher levels of market exposure can be good. But there are better ways to achieve this. So for instance, you can buy a levered portfolio, or you can buy some longer dated options on the market. But getting access to beta is not a problem. And going with a fund like this only detracts alpha. So it's just not good enough, especially to be able to justify the fees that the manager is taking. So the net result is we can do better than this manager has done for you, which is why I started Sunrise Stock Research, because you can pick your own stocks instead of giving your money to some manager like this to play around with. So visit sunrisestockresearch.com. There are some great case studies that talk about my experiences over the past 2 decades in picking stocks. There are also some market insights that talk about timely insights into the market, and a newsletter that you can sign up for. So visit sunrisestockresearch.com and look out for more videos. Until then, good luck investing and best wishes.